The next award is extra special to me as we are presenting the Distinguished Alumni Award to one of my SIPA classmates from the EMPA class of 2003, Jingdong Hua. Jingdong is recognized around the world as a senior leader and practitioner in international development and international finance. His distinguished global career includes serving as Vice President and Treasurer of the International Finance Corporation and Vice President and Treasurer of the World Bank. Over more than 3 decades of work in development, Jingdong has traveled extensively to over 100 countries to meet with key stakeholders and leaders in government, civil society, and private sector, as well as with university students in many developing countries. Soon after his retirement from the World Bank in 2021, Jingdong was called back into service and appointed Vice Chair of the International Sustainability Standards Board. In this role, he oversees the development and implementation of ISSB's strategies to support and include stakeholders in emerging and developing economies, as well as small and medium-sized companies. As a SIPA student and graduate, Jingdong has served as a generous peer mentor and expert and resource for SIPA's career services and alumni programs, including this afternoon's panel on sustainable finance. Now here's more about Jingdong's career.
Sometimes I reflect this amazing life's journey where one day you are the treasurer of the World Bank, and then flashing back to my childhood where I lived with my grandma in a poor village that had no running water and no electricity. People were so poor that within a household there could only be one kerosene lamp. So from that humble background, we have seen tremendous progress all over the world in terms of poverty reduction, in terms of economic progress in every continent. I think that progress is a powerful reminder that through dedicated efforts, progress can be made. When a government decides on public spending, there is a decision to be made. Whether it's climate change, whether it's biodiversity, whether it's the future of humanity, putting sustainability as a key question is very important for our future. By the time I was considering SIPA, I had already worked well over a decade. But I realized that having an MBA finance is great, but for you to be effective in changing the world or changing other people's lives, I need a new way of thinking. And SIPA provided that opportunity. I felt I learned the emphasis on analyzing issues from public policy, public goods nature. SIPA provided a perspective of real-world solutions. It's not a theoretical construct. It is how things get solved. SIPA trains global citizens to better humanity's future. The world of finance has played a key role in connecting global savings to development. Whether it's issuing a fixed-rate bond, we helped a teacher in Dominican Republic to be able to afford her first home. A farmer in Zambia who can borrow in local currency so that the farmer does not have to worry about the volatility of the currency. We have lent to women entrepreneurs in India so that gender financing gets the attention and the financing that they need. That's the power of finance. Part of my motivation to do my work is to be able to have a conversation with the next generation, to encourage them to have a global perspective, a global mindset, and also to share my story that no matter where you start, you can make an impact. Humanity is about moving forward in a positive way. When the next generation realizes there are opportunities in international development, and they make a determination to learn, to work hard, to pursue their dream, change can be done.
Please join me in welcoming Jingdong to accept his award.
Thank you so much, Kirsten, and good afternoon, everyone. Dean, distinguished guests, I'm so honored and humbled with this award. And let me first congratulate Radha for your award. And as a parent of 2 kids, I can imagine how proud the parents were. And you shape your kid, amazing journey. But Radha, here's my message to you, that when you get to my age, you'll come back and receive a lifetime award because you already made so much impact, but more is on the way. So congratulations. I'm jealous you were able to bring your family. I didn't, but I have my classmates with me. So Sylvester, Sonel, Deepak, Alvina, Hidan, Natalia, Brigitte, and of course, Kirsten. You are my family. And this reward is for you and our classmates too. So last year in November, right after I joined the International Sustainability Standard Board, I went to Sharm el-Sheikh to be part of the COP27 discussion because climate challenge is urgent. Then this January, I was in Montreal for the United Nations Biodiversity Conference. And last 3 days, I was at the United Nations headquarters for the UN Water Conference. You know, in each of those settings, you realize there are so much global challenges. We made huge progress since the Second World War in terms of lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. But that job is not done. The pandemic, the climate crisis, the biodiversity challenge, the water crisis, each and every one of those crises remind us yet again that challenges are global, solutions have to be global. This is where SIPA plays a central role. Dean, I think the 5 focus areas are really resonant with me, and climate sustainability being one of the topics is dear to my heart. So let me close by saying that when I was working in UNDP, I wanted to Dean, that we joke that United Nations is the Midtown campus of SIPA, right? That's the kind of impact we make. But to the next generation, the new graduates or the new students, here's something I wanted to say. That is, when you travel forward in life, you sort of, spread random dots. But when you look back, and this is a big year for me, I turned 60, all of the dots were connected. The biggest dot for my professional career was SIPA. And I thank you for that opportunity. Thank you very much.